They rigged the election. Oh, I see. I see. So basically what happened is that, yeah. So these are the different parties, and you can run for multiple parties. So the Protect Animals Party and also the Republican Party nominated Curtis Silwa, and the Working Families Party, I'm assuming, and then also the Democratic Party nominated Zoran Mandami. Is that accurate? Zoran? It's Zoran, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, Zoran. Yeah, this is a intentional misunderstanding. And let's see if I can find any more of this here. And so, and this kind of stuff, by the way, this stuff to me is very, very frustrating for me to see because it's just misinformation. It's intentional misinformation. If you designed a ballot to confuse voters on purpose, it would look exactly like this one. They asked for voter ID, right? Is this confusing? I will say this. I think that this is just my opinion, but I think having the same person on the ballot twice is really confusing to people. And you should only have one person on the ballot for each party. Like, you shouldn't be able to have the same person on for multiple parties at the same time. Like, it is confusing. I think it's just bad design, right? They definitely didn't try to make it easy. Yeah, exactly, right? Which version of Zoran wins? Well, it probably gets combined, right? But it's just confusing for people to see it. But the instructions explained it. The instructions explain this. Have you ever talked to a person? You really think you're gonna just, it's explained to them. That doesn't matter. They're retarded. The average person is retarded. So you can't expect that to happen. Incorrect IDs aren't required, but address confirmation and signature are. Zoran is on twice because the nominee for both Democratic parties. Yeah, I think that just in general, having the same nominee on there for multiple times is confusing for voters because they're gonna start thinking, well, should I vote for this one or should I vote for this one? Or should I vote for this one or should I vote for this one? It's just very confusing for people, right? And I think that overall you shouldn't have that because it's just confusing. And I get that obviously for a lot of people it's not confusing. And, if you have above a room temperature IQ, you immediately see what's going on here. But at the same time, it doesn't really matter, right? Let me go back and see if I can find the rest of this. Just exposed New York City's election fraud as a fraud to his followers. No ID is required. Is that true? Let me see if I can find it. As we approach election day, just remember it's time for residents to remember. I mean, I don't really see how playing the 9/11 clips is just not really going to work, man. It's just not. Zoran was 9 years old when this happened. It's not like he was supporting 9/11. He actively said that he didn't support Hassan at a debate. At a debate, he actively said that. I mean, what more do you want him to do? Muslims died to win it? Yeah, okay. Well, anyway, so American brains are fried. I understand that a lot of people have criticisms of Muslims or of Islam, etc., but I don't really think this is a very strong point to make. I just don't think so. I'm sorry, I don't think so. Our election is rigged. No ID is required. If you don't need an ID to vote, that's retarded. I'm sorry. I think that is absolutely fucking retarded. You should 100% need an ID to vote. Yeah, it's rigged. Yeah, I mean, what do you mean you don't have an ID to vote? Yeah, what is this? Also, your Twitter algorithm is mad racist? I mean, I don't know about that. I mean, I'm sure other people are going to get different versions of it. But I do wish, by the way, you're bringing up a very good point. I wish that there was an aggregation system on Twitter that just showed the most talked about and the most popular things in terms of a topic rather than things that were based off of an algorithm. So instead of they should have a For You and also a top instead of just a top. So the For You would be tailored specifically to your algorithm, and then the top would be the actual top posts discussing the topic. So that's in my opinion, right? That's what I think they should do. So a general version? Yeah, exactly, right? And that way people aren't confused, they don't know what they know what's going on, etc., right? That's my opinion. I could be wrong about this, but that's still my opinion. But anyway, let's go back over here. Top is top for you. Yes, exactly. But it should not be that. And let me go back. I'll see if I can find a few more of these here. Meanwhile, it's New York election day in New York City. This is just, bro, like, oh my god. Oh, man. Zoran Mandami is listed twice on the ballot. Well, let's see what the odds for him winning are. Let's pull it up. $400 million have been invested. Or I don't know, like wagered, I guess maybe, on the New York mayoral election. Zoran has a 94% chance of winning. There you go. Holy shit. Yep. New York is cooked. I mean, if they're cooked, then they deserve to be cooked. It's their right to be cooked. That's the way I see it. Put $1 on Como. Well, now you don't have $1. I mean, he's gonna win. Like, it's so obvious he's gonna win. If you don't think he's gonna win, you're out of your fucking mind. So what happened here when Andrew Cuomo went down so much? Like, he went from like what the fuck happened in June? Yeah, did he started talking? Oh, he started talking. He didn't win the primary. Oh, I see. Okay. I see. And then, yeah, he was basically the one that was going to win. And then I guess probably this was when the debate happened, probably June 14th, somewhere around there. And that's probably whenever, you know, that Israel thing came up, and then it went back up. And then after he lost the primary, and then things totally changed. Okay. Yeah, I get that. All right. He was human. Yeah, I guess so, right? And he couldn't do 100 bench press. Well, I remember seeing that, the Zoran bench press thing. That was, you know, definitely, I think that affected him probably more than a lot of other things did. I think that probably affected him more than calling him Calmania does, right? I mean, like, I would say so. And let me see if I can find this. Massive turnout in New York City so far. Over 450,000 election day votes. On track to end up with 2 million plus total. All else equal, it should benefit Cuomo. That's accurate, actually. Usually, people that are, like, I would say, like, Cuomo is, like, I think he's also a Democrat. But, you know, he's, like, more of a Republican Democrat than, I guess, Mandami is, right? Faking the bench press? Yes, clearly, right? Is establishment Democrat? Yeah, so, like, establishment, probably that's going to get more, like, direct on that day voting. And let me go back. Let's see if I can find a few more of these here. Real estate agents in Florida after the New York City mayor election. Yeah, I guess so, right? New York City ballot is rigged as fuck. Mandami twice. Cuomo buried bottom right like the trash. Silwa front page, but to split the vote. No ID fraud test. Can't you just look at the old voting ballots and just see, like, really if this is the same or not? How are so many people so dishonest about this? Now, and this is also another thing, too, is I just want to pull this up and just, like, look at it. So, no ID is crazy. It is. Why is everybody retarded nowadays? I think that you should take this and you should move it over here. I think it is actively confusing, and I guess maybe they don't do that. Yeah, it's confusing and it's hard for people to see. Why is it who does this? Like, in every single type of written language in the English language here in America, everything is centered to the I guess to the left. Yes, to the left. But here it's centered to the right. I think the reason why it's centered to the right is so people will be less likely to vote for the candidates that are on this side. I think it's just a basic scam. It's a straight up scam. It's a line to the right. Yeah, it's a line to the right. Or to the left, I mean. It's a dark pattern. Yeah, this is an unironic dark pattern. And this has nothing to do with, like, New York or anything like that. A lot of... So these are things that I would do, right? If I was president, okay? If I was in control of everything, I was the king, right? I was Trump. I would make it to where voting, like the voting day is a national holiday. I would make it to where you can't vote straight ticket. And I would also, this is a big one, I would not include the party that people are part of on the ballot. I wouldn't. I would get rid of it. I think that is a huge problem. Oh yeah, and you need an ID. If you're so retarded that you can't figure out how to get an ID, I don't want you to vote. you shouldn't even be making decisions for your own life, not to mention other people's. So yeah. About no names, just only positions. So like a ranked choice. Well, I don't know about that. And you have to know who you're voting for. No more parties. Haha, that would be good. Yes, exactly. Make them take a civics test. So I would say that every 10 years, you probably should have to take a test about voting. And if you don't know, like if you can't pass basically a basic American citizenship test, you probably should not, like, I would not let you vote. Straight up. I would just not let you vote at all. I think, by the way, if that happened, everything in the world would be better. How about a money gift from voting, $20? Yeah. Identity politics without ID? Oh, it would be no identity politics. Like, I would go and do this. There we go. And get rid of these. This would be my ballot right here. Oh, and then I would remove this. Remove this, and remove this. It's redundant and confusing to the voter. And I would move these guys over to here. So yeah, to be that simple. Voting should just be Loot Council? Yeah, exactly. I mean, I don't know why, and by the way, why is it not like that? It seems so obvious, right? Like, I mean, any retard would come up with this. It's not like you have to be a fucking genius to figure out that this is a stupid system. It's the same as like this. Why is there a space here between these other people? Well, I don't know why there is at all. I have no idea. Probably because it's another fucking piece of bullshit. Now, maybe there's a reason, but it sure seems like, oh, it's safe and affordable. I see. So it's a category all the way down. I get it now. And let me go back over and see if we can find it. But the top ones, I get it's the grid. Yeah, now it makes a little bit more sense. But, like, how are you going to vote for this guy, Ishmael, whenever he's all the way over, two white boxes over? Like, I mean, look at this right here. Ishmael is getting fucked. He's getting fucked. Like, what is this? Why is it over here? It's stupid. Yeah, he's alone. Yes, exactly. And it's like you can't come up with another way of doing this. I don't know what to say. You're telling me the average voter can't read unless it's 2 lines across. So I'm going to pull up this message, okay? I'm going to read it out to chat. Are you telling me that the average voter can't read unless it's 2 lines across? Yep. That's right. Oh, yeah. That's right. 100%. They are so stupid. You have no idea. You remember you have such a high opinion of average. Yes, exactly. And think about also, keep in mind, average, half of them are below that. So if an average person would get confused, think about what a 20%er would do. Well, if the name is on there twice, do I just put it in twice? Is he running? Is this like their vice president or something? Because it's all the way over there? They're retarded. They're fucking morons. Yeah, does it count? So could I just vote? Does it get twice? Yeah, you write it a third time? Yeah, they eat the paper. Some people are also sleep deprived, tired after work. Yeah, exactly. People are going to be confused. They're, like, for whatever reason, not able to do it. So I was really going to fuck up the Newark City election. Oh, right. Of course. Yes, this person is the guy who's wrong. Let me go back and see if I can find a few more of these posts here. New York election is rigged. Pass it on. Oh, my God. Does not require voter ID for most registered voters. You should have voter ID. It's ridiculous not to. And let's see if I can find it. Oh, is this him? This is the guy.
So, as expected, Andrew Cuomo now outside the polling station here in New York.
I voted a lot of times. It's the first time I ever walked into a polling place and the polling place cheered for me. So, that's a good sign.
Sure.
And the record turnout is a good sign. I think it's going to be a record. And it's because New Yorkers are concerned. New Yorkers are concerned about New York. And so I'm feeling very good about that. And everything I hear from people is good. So we're going to keep
Really? You're not talking to many people then, huh?
Working today. It's not over till it's over. Run through the tape. We're going to be moving around today. Make sure people get out. It's a beautiful day. Get out and vote. The most important election of my lifetime. And I'm not a kid, but this is the most important election of my lifetime. This is going to determine the future of the city of New York. May also determine the future of the Democratic Party. So get out and vote.
Hopefully it does.
Thank you.
Yep. Because it's his ballot. Yeah, Green Goblin looking motherfucker. I mean, he does look like he'd be the fucking mayor inside of like a Batman Gotham City thing, right? And what is this here? Voter intimidation?
Hey, good morning, everyone. I hope you had a nice weekend. So the big election is tomorrow in New York City. And, you know my opinion on everything. But listen, I have to tell you something. I heard that there were ICE agents in certain areas of the city, staking them out, taking photos, and arresting some. And I don't know, exactly where this happened, but be careful.
Cat's not lopping. This is an Adams campaigner, Como voter, pathetic attempt at voter intimidation. Yeah, I don't think she's just saying this again. Like, if ICE is arresting people at the voting stations, I mean, I don't really know. I mean, it's like 50 other places you should do it. I mean, I think doing it there is like they shouldn't have even gotten there to begin with, if you want me to be honest. And but in general, like, I think she's just saying this so people that she disagrees with don't go and vote, right? I mean, like, that's it. It's not like this is like her. She's not trying to help anybody here, okay? She's just trying to lie to them so they're like, oh no, really? I guess I shouldn't go. I'm gonna get arrested. That's the only reason why she's saying this, okay? It's fucking ridiculous. And anyway, yeah, keep in mind.
Because democracy basically means
Listen to him.
Government.
This is important. Pay attention.
By the people, of the people, for the people.
Here it comes.
But the people are retarded. So let us say, government by the retarded, for the retarded,
whoa,
of the retarded. Because democracy...
There it is. The slow pace? Yeah, I guess so. True words have never been spoken. Yeah, I know. And let me go back. I'll see if I can find a few more of these here. Mayoral election in simple terms. Let me see if I can find any of these. And how to make free money on New York City. Bet yes on Andrew Cuomo. Bet no on Andrew Cuomo and Calshi at 10 more size. You win either way. Enjoy your free 100% annualized return. I don't know about that. And it's election day in New York City. I don't even know what this means. But let me go back and see if I can find a few more of these here. But yeah. What is this?
Mark Levin, instead of running your mouth, what are you doing in New York City? I tell you what we're doing. We're going to denaturalize men. Mark Levin, instead of running your mouth, what are you doing in New York City? I tell you what we're doing. We're going to denaturalize Mandami, which I told people back.
For what?
That they had to do back when I met with them right after Mandami won the primary, which they didn't think he was going to win. And I told him he was going to win. So now what are they doing at the end? Oh, we're going to move to Miami. We're going to move the financial capital of the world. We're just going to give up on New York. That's going to work out fine for the United States of America. Okay. Same way they're trying to quit down in Texas.
No.
It's easy to surrender. It's easy to surrender.
Yeah.
It's hard to fight.
Oh.
You're going to get called everything in the book. You're going to be othered. Who cares?
This guy used to sell Wild
History
Gold.
shows when we stand and fight, we win. If we don't quit, we win. Our movement is anti-fragile. We have resilience. We can take a punch and then punch back harder.
You denaturalizing him and then kicking him out of the country is just so retarded. Like, even, like, and the reason why is that he's a symptom, not a disease. If you have a problem with what he represents, then you really don't have a problem with him. He's just some random guy. You have a problem with the fact that everybody's voting for him. That's the problem that you have. And so you have to address that core problem and not just go and be like, oh, wow, I don't know why this is happening. This is so horrible. No, it's very obvious why it's happening. And anybody who's not paying attention or is retarded might be confused. But if you're not retarded, you know exactly why. He's salty, deport them all. I mean, you could say that, right? Sure. I mean, at least that's consistent. But the difference is that even with this other stuff, I don't even know why you would believe this. Like, it's just crazy. And let me go back over. I'll see if there's any more information about this. But I don't know if there is or not. And exactly, the game seems like going like democracy when it works out for him. Yeah, I guess so, right? But yeah, save the city. Oh, Jesus Christ. And it's just... I'm trying to see if there's any more information about this, but in my opinion, I think Mandami is going to totally sweep, and I think that, you know, for better or for worse, he's going to be the new mayor. Anybody who thinks that's not going to happen is absolutely fucking retarded. What is this here? Nonprofit caught instructing illegal immigrant to vote in a New York City mayoral election?
Yes, I'm an immigrant. They sent me here to vote. I was recommended to come here to find information to vote.
Oh,
Sorry?
When did you register to vote?
I did not. I didn't sign anything. They just told me to come here to vote.
Okay. Vote too. Okay.
It's fake? Y'all think it's fake? Could be fake. I don't think it is, but it might be. I mean, there's no reason. If people don't believe it or they think it's bullshit, then, yeah, I don't really know. Let me go back over. California, time to fight for democracy, stand to fascism, break the old cult, MAGA cult. Yeah. And let's go back. I'll see if we can find a few more of these here.
I want to speak to the memory of my aunt. Who stopped taking the subway after September 11th because she did not feel safe in her hijab.
What about all the people that don't take the subway now because they don't feel safe because there's people with knives in there and causing problems and shit? What about the people that don't feel safe on the streets? Like, the thing is that, like, I agree with him in an instance where, like, yeah, everybody should feel safe on the subway. But what the problem is like, it's not like this is some unique problem that she has. What about everybody else that doesn't feel safe? It wasn't even his aunt?
Please. Y'all, I don't know how else to say this. So y'all gonna have to excuse my language, okay? But I cannot beat around the bush on this one. Zoran, we don't give a flying fuck that your auntie got some weird looks on the subway after 9/11. Thousands of Americans died.
Yeah.
And you think we give a damn about your auntie getting some weird looks on the subway? Are you out of your damn mind? New York City.
Damn.
Do y'all really want this man running?
Oh.
Do y'all really want this man in charge? Be serious. He don't
Apparently
even care about
do.
the victims of 9/11. All he care about is his auntie getting a weird look. He didn't say nothing about the victims. He didn't say nothing about the thousands of Americans who died. He didn't say nothing about their...
This is in response to people linking him to 9/11, though. What was wrong with what he said? What's wrong with what he said is that I think that he doesn't realize that a lot of his crime policies contribute to other people that are not like his aunt that also feel unsafe in the same way that his aunt did. So the problem that I have with it is that whenever you're trying to make this emotional appeal and say, oh, well, this is so bad, and this is like, you know, my aunt experienced this terrible bad thing, then why are you advocating for policies that create the same outcome for people at scale? That's the issue, what happened. The current policies is why they feel unsafe, though? Yeah, I know.
Families who have to deal with people...
What policies do you know? His policy talking about getting rid of prisons and looking at violence as a class problem rather than just simply a person who is committing violence and that person being an issue themselves. He said this multiple times on camera. It's not like this is a secret. He said defund the police. I mean, he tweeted it out himself. Like, we're not talking about some sort of like a guess here. I mean, this is just what he said. Yeah, I don't know what you want me to say. Yeah, he literally just said it.
Lost their mother, their father, their brothers, their sisters, their uncles, their aunties. People literally died. And he is crying about his auntie getting a weird look.
Yeah, people not going to give a fuck about that.
Well, you should see how we looking at you right now, you damn fool.
Oh.
New York City.
It was proven that he lied?
Do not
maybe
make the biggest mistake ever.
It's probably not going to be that big of a mistake. It's probably, like, honestly, like, I bet whenever he takes over, half of the shit he said he was going to do isn't going to happen. The other half is probably going to be half-assed, and then it won't be as good as people want it to be. They'll be disappointed, and this will be over. That's probably what's going to happen, because that's usually that's what happened with Trump. That's what happened with Obama. Now, I understand, obviously, he's a mayor, and it's different than being the president, but I'm just, you know, really kind of being a realist here, okay? Like, things are probably not going to change all that much. There's tons of other things like that that's going to happen, right? Politics as usual. Yeah, things are not going to... It's not like this is going to be a radical fucking change. But Governor Abbott to impose 100% tariff on anyone moving from New York City to Texas. Why would you do that? Anyway, let me go back. I'll see if there's anything else here. And there's a lot of this. I don't know if I'm going to read all these or watch a long video about this. Oh, here we go.
If Mamdani is elected and he doesn't perform the job the way that Andrew Cuomo, the way that President Trump, the way that others are warning, if he does run the city as a communist, are you going to have any regrets?
Why should I have regrets?
It's a stupid question. It is. It's a stupid question.
I trust people. People are going to make the choice. I'll live with the choice. I'd like them to choose me, but if, perchance, I lose on November 4th, I will improve, not move. I will lead the opposition. I will organize against any of the initiatives that are not in the best interests of people. I will not flee like Andrew Cuomo told his billionaire friends in the Hamptons. Oh, if Zorhan wins, I flee. No, I stay, I fight, not in a physical sense, but in what politics is all about, an organizational sense. I'm a community organizer. I've organized guardian angels all over the world. I understand that you don't surrender, you don't retreat. This is democracy in action. This is people power. Why are we so afraid of letting people make the decisions? Why do we want to leave it in the hands of billionaires, influencers, and insiders? I trust people. I don't trust politicians, billionaires, insiders, or influencers. If they should choose someone else, I will reorganize. I will be prepared to stay and fight. I was born in this city. I was almost killed in this city. I'll die in this city. I'll be buried in this city. I'm the true New Yorker in this race.
All right, fair enough.
I'm going to be honest. I like the guy. I do. I like the guy. I don't believe in trusting in voters, but I mean, I like the energy.
Sir. New York City mayoral candidate Curtis Lee. Thanks very much for your time, sir. I appreciate it.
The people are retarded? Yeah. Yeah, I do like the guy. And that's it. And People's Champ? Yeah, I guess so. Is Guardian Angels the Bikers? Yeah, because they're retarded? I guess so. And sounds the most based out of all of them? Yeah, I would say so. I like him. But I'll see if there's any more about this here that's worth looking at.
Muslim be mayor.
Let me turn it down.
Are you voting for Mamdani or Cuomo?
I don't think a Muslim should be mayor of New York City.
Why shouldn't a Muslim be mayor?
It will go against everything we stand for.
What do we stand for?
Israel.
What does Israel stand for?
I would say a good way of life.
Muslims don't have a good way of life.
No.
You describe the Israeli way of life?
Nurturing and wholesome, I would say.
Israelis are nurturing and wholesome?
Yeah, I would say that's the way it is,
yeah. For peaceful people, you know, they're kind of always bombing.
I know.
What makes the Muslim way of life
yeah, I know.
American?
Because I would say that the Jewish people did not kill my friends on 9/11. The Muslims did.
What's the reason? Why?
It's pretty simple.
Why would they do that?
Because they hate Americans.
Why do Muslims hate Americans?
That's a good question.
America went into Iraq, killed 1 million civilians, and then people have birth defects, and we use chemical weapons there to try to get their chemical weapons and weapons of mass destruction. They didn't have any. You can understand why a lot of people in that region would not be happy with America after that, right?
Right.
Is that not, like, we often call Muslims terrorists, is that not a terroristic act? What, 3,000 people died on 9/11, 1 million people in Iraq died?
Oh.
Like, and we're not terrorists? So
what
is
Iraq
terrorism?
do before that?
I guess it depends on how you look at it.
I think at the end of the day, people just don't want to have a Muslim run the country after Muslims bombed them with 9/11, right? They knocked down the Twin Towers with 9/11. Like, it's really not any more complicated than that. Like, you can come up with every excuse and every reason beyond that, but, like, that's the real reason. That's actually what's going on. I mean, I don't know why anybody is like, oh, well, no, that's not exactly it, and that's not the real reason, etc. Yeah, it is. It's clearly what it is. And so I'll see if there's any more about this to look at, too. It wasn't Muslims that did it. It was terrorists that did it. Well, that's not the way that people are going to see it. People are going to see it as Muslims that did it because they were Muslim terrorists. And then you're going to get into, no, it was actually Bush, or it was the Jews, or whatever. But either way, the average person, the average American, thinks that Muslims attacked America on 9/11. That is the average American viewpoint, whether you like it or not. I hope everybody understands the games they play. No different than bomb threats called into New Jersey voting locations on Election Day, a day that vastly favors Republican turnout. Oh my God. Just give me a minute. I gotta use the bathroom. It was jet fuel. I thought jet fuel couldn't melt steel beams. What happened? Yeah, what's this? We'll look at a few more posts about this.
Question affordability in this city. Living here is top of everyone's mind. It has gotten obscenely expensive to live here, to do anything here. So you're proposing free grocery stores, free buses, $30 minimum wage, all of which sounds incredible.
Cheaper groceries, not free groceries.
Excuse me, cheaper groceries. But what people want to know is, great, I would love all those things.
Yeah,
how do you pay for it? Who's going to end up footing the bill for those programs?
So I'll answer that question by first explaining some of the endorsements that Andrew Cuomo has received. Elon Musk's endorsement is one of the most expensive endorsements that Andrew Cuomo has ever gotten, because it cost him and the state of New York $959 million in tax breaks that he gave Elon Musk years ago when he was the governor of the state.
That's pretty good.
That's actually more money than it would cost to make every bus free in New York City. So I've said clearly that I believe we should tax the top 1%, an additional 2%. That's New Yorkers making $1 million or more.
I think that you have to look at like what the tax breaks were for. I mean, if Elon is investing money into New York and this is a business beneficial thing for New York, then I think he should get a tax break on it too, the same as anybody else.
A year, and have the most profitable corporations pay the same tax rate they do at the top tier in New Jersey.
I don't know
what they would actually pay here in New York. These things together would pay for the entirety of our economic agenda and start to Trump-proof our city. Because as you've said, the endorsements that Andrew Cuomo has got, and this morning he started it by going on Fox and Friends. We're talking about Donald Trump, Elon Musk, and Stephen Miller. These are the architects, in many ways, of the crisis of authoritarianism that New Yorkers are facing. And
in my opinion, I think that not controlling things, I mean, I don't really see how you're going to advocate for, you know, higher taxes, making people pay more money, trying to stop ICE from doing stuff. I mean, this is just authoritarianism in a different flavor, in my opinion. And this is one of the things that I feel like a lot of, this is a left-wing talking point that I think is a very weak talking point, which is that they are against authoritarianism. They are not against authoritarianism. They want to be the authoritarians. They want to be the ones in control of it. They want to be the ones deciding it. So it's not about like, oh, well, you know, we don't want to have people telling us what to do. No, you don't want people telling you what to do because you want to tell people what to do. That's the difference. A little bit different there, right? New York is not Texas. Well, it's the same anywhere. It's just obvious.
Andrew Cuomo is so unwilling.
I don't think he has the power to implement these taxes. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like I could see Zoran going into being the mayor because he's going to win. Guys, he's going to win. It's going to happen. Like if anybody thinks he's not going to win, you're delusional. He's going to win. If he doesn't, I will play Cyberpunk again. I will. I'll start it next week. Yeah. I'll play it again. If he doesn't win, I'll play it again. That's a punishment? Yes. It's obvious. It's obvious he's going to win. Yeah, that's it. Tomorrow? Not tomorrow. Man, not tomorrow. Next week. I said next week. Yeah, clipped and unfollowed. Yeah, please don't win. I don't know. And you said you'll play it, but will you finish it? Yes, I'll play it to completion. I'll play the game to completion.
Tax Donald Trump's billionaire donors because he knows those are the same ones whose checks that he's busy cashing trying to get back to City Hall.
So, yeah. And let me go back. I'll see if there's any other videos about this, him talking about it. But Yeah, Flea Market Flood's 94% chance of him winning. That's pretty fucking high, right? And I just got my citizenship. I'm voting for you. Yes, immigration fundamentally reshapes a country. Yeah, it obviously does. I mean, it's common sense. That's what would happen. And let's see here. So you're proposing free grocery stores, not free. And is now saying he does not want free grocery stores. Now, am I the only person that never heard him say that he wanted free groceries? He just wanted government-controlled grocery stores that had more affordable prices. I don't remember him ever saying that he wanted free grocery stores where you could just go in and get food for free. I never remember him saying that. And there's no clips of him saying the opposite either, so I'm going to assume this didn't happen. He never said the cop thing either. He never said the defund the police. Oh, he did. I mean, I saw it. Now, he's changed what he's saying, right? That's what he's definitely done. He's changed what he's saying, and he shifted his language, but originally that was his viewpoint. So, yeah, he did say the cop thing. Yeah, I mean, that's it. So who's going to fund it? Well, obviously, they're going to tax wealthy people more money. That's the mindset, right? Taxation isn't theft. Capitalism is. I mean, What is wrong with people? Why is everything so retarded? Why is everything retarded now? Why is everything retarded? He's retarded? Well, no, this entire thing is stupid. So, look, listen to this, right? Okay, think about it for like 3 seconds, okay? Private property doesn't exist. It does not exist. You know what does exist? Hydrogen, gravity, water, birds, trees. Those exist. Private property is a concept. The government defines private property, okay? If the government says it's not your property, then it's not. How can something be yours if they can take it away from you? Well, it's not really yours, is it? Because they just took it away. So it's very clearly not. Taxation isn't theft because the government defines ownership. So if the government decides that you don't own this, they're not stealing it because they are the arbiters of what the difference between stealing and ownership is in the first place. They're effectively the god of private property. They decide this. It's not. And the other side, capitalism is also not theft. These are two adults that enter into a contract, and one guy says, you're going to get paid $20. The other guy says, okay, I want $20. And then he works. You know what he means, though? I do. I understand the concept, but it's retarded. Taxation without representation doesn't work in a just world. Well, it depends on, I mean, like it's true and it's not true, right? I mean, I don't know. What you just said requires at least 3 seconds of thought. I mean, I don't know. The founding fathers would have disagreed with you. I don't think that, I think actually they wouldn't. I mean, like what it's just objectively true that you can believe in, you know, it's the same as like human rights or private property. All of these things are human creations. They do not exist in the natural world. They don't. These are all invented. The idea of freedom of speech, freedom of having a gun, that's not real. It's not anything that's tangible. It's not like, this is just an agreement. It's a guideline, right? There's no actual inalienable rights anybody has to anything. You can kill people, you can take their stuff, you can do whatever you want to them, and nothing's going to happen to you. The only time that something does happen to you is there's a government that prevents it from happening. So that means the government is the one that decides who has what rights and who doesn't. That's it. It's that simple. It's a concept. These are concepts. And so it's the force doctrine? Yes. It's that simple. Taxation isn't theft, capitalism is. Yeah, and the reason why, and here's the reason why so many people, because I saw this tweet the other day, and I'm sure I must be confusing some people because obviously it seems like I'm critical of this guy, but I also agree with some things that he says. It's just the way it is, right? And that does confuse people, but they're, you know, that's just the way it is. Let me go and find the tweet that he said this in. Tweets out a lot, apparently. Where the hell to go? Let me see if I can find it. God damn it. Does it show what day he did it on? No, it doesn't. Well, anyway, this post is extremely popular. I saw it pop up whenever he said it, because obviously I follow him on Twitter. So I did see this happen whenever he said it. But you need Twitter detox? I don't know about Twitter detox. I mean, Twitter is the best way that you can get an idea of what the human mind is, right? Which is scary, but it's better to live in that search the phrase. Yeah, I guess I can just do that. Let me go back. I'll see if I can do capitalism. Yeah, okay, there we go. Okay, that was very easy. Is this him? Yeah, this is him. Okay. So, this was in 2020 he tweeted this out. So this was 2020 he said this. Why is it that everybody hates capitalism nowadays? Why is it? Do you guys know why everybody hates capitalism now? It's because they're fucking broke. They're fucking broke. They don't have any money. They don't make anything at all. They have a shitty standard of living, and that's it. Because the dollar was deflated. Here's something that a lot of people might not really understand. So, this Twitch revenue, I make $3 million. Oh yeah, I remember he was crashing out on me. I talk about that later, but that's what only poor people do. Actually, I think that there's a lot of poor people, okay? I mean, I don't know what you really want me to say. So what was I going to look up? I'm trying to remember. Oh, yeah. Let me see if I can find the rest of this here. The wealth of the top 1% of Americans saw significant gains during and after the COVID-19 pandemic, with some reports stating their wealth nearly doubled since 2020. Due to the large increase of value of their stock holdings, while the overall wealth of the 1% increased dramatically, other sources note the real excess wealth peaked in late 2021 before declining to pre-pandemic levels 2022 and 2023. Don't trust AI? Well, I already know this is true. I don't know if I have the... where is it here? Record high. Yep, here we go again. Here's another one here. Income inequality reached a record high, even as the richest paid and the lowest tax rate in ever. And so there we go right here. Look at that amount of money. Wow, look at that. That's the reason why people, how do you know? Because I saw it. Effective corporate tax rate as well. This is 1980 versus now. And check numbers of capitalism haters by wealth bracket. Yes, I'm sure there are some people that live inside of a gated community that hate capitalism because their parents pay for everything. Yes, and they're stupid and they're dumb, absolutely, for sure. But I think that I think you are really missing out on the amount of young people out there. There is a huge amount of people, and it is a growing number of people that cannot be ignored. You cannot ignore this group of people. If you do, you will lose every single election from now on. These are people who have been saddled with basically lifelong debt because of student loans. They can't buy a house. They can't afford to start a family. And they can't get a good job because it's getting replaced by automation or H-1B visas from India. These are legitimate problems. If you do not acknowledge and have a direct solution for all four of these problems, you will not have those people vote for you. Now, I'm not saying that every solution is good. There's a lot of bad solutions for it. But they signed the contract. Oh, wow. They signed the contract that they had been groomed into signing ever since they were 5 years old. You get brought up 12 grades of school where they tell you have to go to college or you're going to be a loser. How many of you guys growing up had the impression that if you don't go to college, you kind of already failed in life? How many of you guys already had that? So everybody experiences. Actually, not everybody. There's like 2 people saying no. 95% of people in chat saying, I experienced this feeling. It's grooming. It's grooming. It's obviously grooming. It's been grooming for years. And you're grooming people into making a Faustian fucking pact with the government and with this institution that's going to sell you a degree for a job that's going to get replaced by a robot in 2 years. 2 years into your 4-year degree, by the way. That's what's going to happen. And they put you in debt slavery for the rest of your fucking life. And you're surprised why people fucking hate capitalism. When all the money, like, how many of you guys think about like this? Just stock market graph. Let's do this. I'm not going to do colors that could signify. This is 2018. I am literally retarded. And this is 2025. Orange or purple, guys? Which one of these were things in your life more affordable and you had better financial security? Which one? Overwhelmingly, everybody says orange. But how can it be orange if the number is twice as high? How could it be that? Maybe because that's not actual wealth and the ownership of that is consolidated around a very, very small amount of people. Inflation. Yes, exactly. The stock market does not equal the economy. Of course not. But I think that a lot of things do indicate this. Inflation and the dollar going down? Yeah. Because all the 1% consolidated money during COVID, they did. COVID was probably the biggest wealth redistribution event that has happened in my lifetime. I think it was probably bigger than the internet. 93% of the wealth gains after COVID went to the 1%. 93%. It could be 91%. But over 90%. Like Rand Paul's 6% proposal? Yes. And so these are the reasons why people like him tweet this stuff out. This is the reason why they believe this. And if people don't realize that, and they're not paying attention to it, they're retarded. It's just that simple. They're absolutely fucking retarded. And what is this? I'll watch this real quick. Asmongold predicts... Already? Oh my god. And eases around when... Yeah. Jesus. Bro, they're waiting on this, huh? Inflation is a hidden wealth tax? Well, it's definitely a hidden tax. I'll definitely say that for sure. And Roach tweet, what do you think will come of this? Soft communism? What do I really think will come of Zoran winning? A couple of feel-good policies where the buses might be free for a while. I don't think we're going to see a tremendous, massive change. I think that, like, just... And maybe, like, this is... I'm definitely betting all in on nothing ever happens. I think he gets in... He gets involved, and he's the mayor now, and there are a million restrictions and restrictive apparatuses and laws and courts and lawsuits and things like this that happen that effectively render him useless. That's what happened to Obama. That's what happened to Trump. Effectively, this guy is he's another guy that wants to come in and flip the board over. The problem is the board is glued to the ground.